Welcome, basketball fans, to episode 2 of the BCL Trash Talk podcast. Coming up on the show, we'll take a look at the game of the week between Filou Ostend and SIG Strasbourg. For our main event, we have two guests from Filou Ostend of Levi Randolph and Pierre-Antoine Guillet. The show will then follow up with a film room session brought to you by Dick and Lloyd Smith as he takes a look at some of the BCL tactics. Finally, it will be a head-to-head between our two guests in a quiz on each other in the Basketball Champions League. Welcome now to BCL Trash Talk main event. I'm here with two superstars from Filou Ostend. Levi Randolph, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Not bad, not bad. Getting ready for the game of the week, as you guys will be featuring on. Of course, it's an old team of yours, SIG Strasbourg, but we'll get onto that very quickly. Pierre-Antoine Guillet, comment allez-vous, mon ami?
Good, and you? Très bien.
Très bien, s'il vous plaît. Très bien, merci beaucoup, sorry. Je ne parle pas français, you know? All good. So, first question I'm going to throw at you, Levi, of course. You've been in the Basketball Champions League now for a couple of seasons with a couple of teams. How are you settling in with your new team now, Filou Ostend?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's working hard. It feels good to be here, you know, transitioning back from the States and Australia to be back in Europe, to be able to play is a blessing, and it's a great opportunity. We have a lot of great guys, great staff, and, you know, I'm looking forward to this Champions League round.
Now, Pierre, a couple of seasons ago, you were wearing the yellow jersey for Filou Ostend, and then you took a little brief hiatus. You played in the ACB. What's it like now to be back here with the club you were previously with?
Well, actually, I came back for a little bit more stability for my family, and I'm totally feeling like home here. So I'm really happy to be back and play for Ostend.
Now, a question I've got to follow up with that, Pierre-Antoine Guillet. Your name is always my favorite one to call out in the games, of course. It's such especially being a shooter as well, you know. Pierre-Antoine Guillet, your coach, Dario Georgia, is a very experienced coach. He's done wonders for the basketball club. What is it like playing for Dario Georgia?
Well, actually, I started my professional career as a player with him, so I really know him pretty much, super good, and we have really a good relationship. And he's trying to work for perfection a little bit. You know, he's trying really to achieve that and to work a lot to really to become as perfect as possible.
Now, Levi, of course, going back to your experience, you know, you're going to be a key player, of course, for Filou Ostend this season. Talk about the experience of playing in the Basketball Champions League and where it's taking you now, what it's like now going into this season with Filou Ostend.
I think when I was in Avellino, it was the first season for Basketball Champions League. And just to see how much it's grown and the popularity behind it, you know, it's rising in Europe. You know, I just want to bring whatever I can to the table for my team, to help my team win, whether that be, you know, defense, offense, a rebound, whatever it may be, diving on the court. The main goal is to win, and I think everybody's here to do that. So just to be able to have that experience in Basketball Champions League and know what to expect, I think, you know, it's an advantage that we can use, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, every day is a blessing that you can step on the court and be healthy and be able to play basketball. So, you know, I just take each moment, you know, and try to stay in that moment and just enjoy it.
Pierre, last season, we didn't have fans anywhere in the Basketball Champions League. A couple of clubs obviously did have fans. Obviously, now the fans are coming back. You've played for this club before, as we've just alluded to. How important is it to have the Filou Ostend fans with you every game this season at home?
Oh, well, it's super important. Of course, they know we need them, and you know, they give us back in return, and they try to push us all the time. And for sure, last year we totally feel the loss of it. I mean, it was horrible for me to play basketball without fans, without the sharing of emotion, and also I'm super happy to finally play in front of them and to give back a little bit. And I'm super motivated because for the last year, I think everybody is eager to play in front of them.
Well, that was the main event with Levi Randolph and Pierre-Antoine Guillet of Filou Ostend as they're getting ready for their game of the week. But right now I'm with a special guest, Mr. Dick and Lloyd Smith. Dick, how are you, brother?
I'm very good, Josh. Good to see you.
Always good to catch up. And, you know, going from the main event, what can we expect from Filou Ostend and after what these players have just said?
based on that interview, you can see that they're very focused. It's going to be really interesting to watch Randolph against his former club. Yeah, but the team, they had a rough start against Tofas, but that's a tough team. You'll be looking for them to bounce back, and it's going to be a tight game, I think.
And as you said, it was a tough start against Tofas, but it doesn't get any easier because now they're going to be up against SIG Strasbourg, as you mentioned, Levi's old team. But we will see how these fellas do in their next game. But right now, explain to our fans, what is the film room?
So film room's going to be an opportunity for us to take a second look at some of the plays of the week, some of the different tactics the team throw as the stuff that coaches draw coming out of timeouts. This episode, the first episode, we're going to have a quick look at Tenerife's game winner. So one of the best games of the week and certainly one of the closest finishes. Tenerife at Prometei. The game's tied at 70, 19 seconds-ish on the clock. Tenerife called timeout, and this is where Chus Vidoreta does what he does. Just about everybody's expecting one play, and then they come and hit you with something different. But the one thing that everybody's certain of is that, they're going to find a way to score one way or another. So, let's take a look at the play. So first, let's just run through the play in real time. Ball comes inbound. Huertas picks up the ball after the press break, and Tenerife are getting set up into a horn set. They've been playing horns most of the game, so it wasn't uncommon to see it. And we have Wiltshire set in what we call an angle ball screen with his back to the corner. They make the backdoor cut, hit Aaron Dornenkamp in the corner, and that was all she wrote. That was inevitable the moment he caught it. But let's have another look at that again. So let's take a look at that play again. First thing to notice is the ball is inbound from the front court. If you inbound from the back court, you're going to leave some time on the clock. And this way, as you can see with Huertas and Dornenkamp, they still have some time to make sure they're organized. So what they're going to do here is they're going to send Dornenkamp through to the corner, which is his best spot to shoot from. And at the same time, if you watch Fittipaldo using his experience to make sure they use as much of the clock as they can. What we can also see here is the deception. It's clearly an ordained back cut because the defender doesn't move. Then there's their help, and DJ Kennedy's stuck between an impossible choice of Salin or Dornenkamp in the corner. It's just a beautiful play design, and as soon as the ball hits Dornenkamp, we just know what's coming.
Thinking that is what we have seen from Tenerife every single season in the Basketball Champions League. It's not the fact that they hit shots all game; they hit shots at the right time, and that is just trademark Coach Chus Vidoreta.
It's the execution, it's the timing and the spacing. It's just 5 seasons now. You just come to expect it, and they never fail to deliver in those situations.
Well, basketball fans, that is the film room here on the BCL Trash Talk podcast. Now we move on to the head-to-head. Okay, gentlemen, it's now time for the head-to-head. I'm going to throw some questions at you, individual questions. I'm going to test your knowledge of the club, of the city, and of each other. Are you? Question number 1. This is for both of you. Which American superstar singer spent a year and a half of his life in Australia?
Marvin Gaye.
Give this man some credit.
You are correct. How'd you know that?
Come on, man.
Oh, it's too easy. That's light work. That's too easy.
Light work. Come on.
Okay. Question now. I'm going back to you, Levi, on this one. I'm going to question you on Pierre-Antoine Guillet's career. He has made it to a Basketball Champions League final. But for which club did he do it for?
Tenerife.
Oh, it's too easy. It's too easy, man. It's too easy. I gotta. These questions are way too easy. Okay, fine. Pierre-Antoine Guillet. Now I'm gonna question you about Levi. So Levi's on fire right now. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
He's on
Some
fire.
pressure right there.
Now he has played for 3 different clubs in the Basketball Champions League. What 3 clubs did he play for? Pierre-Antoine Guillet.
So Avellino, Strasbourg, and Sassari, I think.
Okay, that's 1 for 1. Okay, Pierre-Antoine Gillet's back in the game. All right, okay. That's good, that's good. Here's a question for both of you now. So, Levi, you can go up 3-1 right now. Pierre-Antoine Gillet, you got to get this quick because you need to tie the series up now. Your coach, Dario Georgia, is from Croatia. He's from a coastal basketball town that is crazy about the game.
Is that the question?
Okay, it's 2-2. It's 2-2. Pierre-Antoine Gillet took no prisoners. I mean, that was a tip back dunk base. It was get the hell out of the way. I'm throwing this one down. Okay. This one is for both of you again, and this is about one of your teammates. You have a teammate who is a 2-time NCAA champion.
Phil.
Oh, I tell you what, you guys must have just sat in a circle first day of preseason training, just like made up things about each other, just got to know. I don't know. I mean, what's your team? What do you guys do for team bonding? You guys go?
We took training camp. We took a trip for training camp.
So Phil just said out the back, oh, by the way, to let you all know, I'm a 2-time NCAA champion, right? Okay, brilliant. All right. Now this one should be tough now. This should be very tough. Which one of your teammates played for the United States national team at the 2017 FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup?
Phil. Brandon.
Brandon.
Okay, look, I've got to give this one to Pierre-Antoine Gillet because you got it wrong first, Levi. You said Phil, but it is Brandon. And
hey, but on a test you can erase and you can put the right answer.
Listen, man, let me talk to the higher up officials right now. Hold on. He just said it's 3-3. It's 3-3 because we got one last question. One last question. This is game 7. Okay, game 7 of BCL Trash Talk. You either win or you go home. Simple as that. Last question. And whoever calls it out first is the winner of this game. You ready?
Let's go.
Which current Ostend player won 10 straight Belgian championships?
Dusan Djordjevic. I said it first. For sure.
No, I said his nickname. Duke.
Pierre, he's got a point. He did say, what, you say Doogie?
Dookie, yeah. Dusan.
Dookie, okay.
It's his nickname. I don't know if that's...
Levi, you are BCL Trash Talk champion today. You won it. You won the head-to-head.
Give this man some credit.
Yes.
He has been terrific.
Come on, man.
Gentlemen, all right, the last thing I'm going to finish this up on, right? First of all, your next game is the opening game in the week. Levi, it's against your old team, SIG Strasbourg. 2 things I'm going to go at you now. What is the motivation for you as a player going into this game? This is your old club. There's always some intrinsic motivation you have when you play against your former team.
For me, I'm already intrinsically motivated. I try to approach every game, with the same mindset. I have a routine, so I feel like when you single out 1 or 2 games, that's when you have your highs and your lows. It's too much emotion. I try to stay even keel and just focus on the mission, and that's to win whoever we play against. So I approach this game the same as I approach all the other games, and that's to go out and win. So once I get into the whole mind game of this is Strasbourg, I got to go out here and do something different. No, that's when I feel like you start playing. You have the internal battles with yourself. You get too high or too low. But for me, it's the same approach. Just go out there, try to bring what I can bring, energy, effort, play with passion, and just go out there and do what I can do. I don't want to look at it as another, like you said, this is Strasbourg and my old club. I understand that. That's a factor. But for me, it's just approach it the same way as I approach all the other ones.
If you had to go back that time you played for them in the Basketball Champions League, what was your greatest Basketball Champions League moment when playing for SIG Strasbourg?
The one I feel like the most is we end up losing a close game. To Ike on the road. But I can just remember coming into the game, and I think I started the game either like 5 for 5 from 3 or 4 for 4 from 3 or something like that. 4 for 4, 5 for 5 for the game. Whatever it was like 12 quick points, and it just was like playing at Ike and that emotion, and how their fans are. It just was a great feeling to be able to come out there and help my team in the way I could. It was a close game, I think, and we came up short, but Just that season with Strasbourg, when finishing out with them, I think we made a run in the Basketball Champions League playoffs, and that was just a great feeling to go, through that whole process with those guys.
Okay, Pierre, last thing I want to leave you on, okay, because I feel like Levi's an experienced player. He's played in Italy. He's played all over, France, and now he's with you in Belgium. Has Levi been able to pick up any French since being your teammate?
Well, I don't think he used French for me. Maybe for somebody else. I don't know. No, he's.
Oui, c'est va, très bien.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No,
Levi,
he can.
Do you know how to say in French, "I love the game of basketball"?
I know love is amour. That's about as far as I go with that one. I can ask you where's the toilet? Où sont les toilettes?
Yeah, that's already good. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Gentlemen, I know you guys have practice right now. You've got a big game on Monday. Thank you so much for joining us on BCL Trash Talk. All the best to you and good luck this season.
Thank you. Bye. See you.